Hey, everybody, it's the Celtic Rain Radio Show. We're on. We're going to have a really great night tonight. I'm in my comfy chair. I'm all wrapped up. It's hilarious. I got this outfit on and it's hilarious because, it's got all this material. And so I keep moving my legs and it keeps twisting me. And I'm like, so you might see me try to get out of the puzzle that I've created myself into. It's really kind of funny. But we are here at the Celtic Rain Radio Show. I am ridiculously excited about tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. Have some really great music, and we have the Afflicted on with us. So I'm very excited about that. And so you're going to be able to get to know one of our bands. I love it when you guys get to know one of our bands or musicians, because what ends up happening is then you guys can just fall in love with them and know where they're going to be and be able to follow them and all that great jazz that goes along with, being musicians and liking musicians and all that great stuff. So I'm going to say this right now. If you are a musician or you want to get your stuff played on the Celtic Rain Radio Show, all you have to do is send it to celticrain777@gmail.com. And there are a little bit of requirements, not a lot. You just have to be small label or independent artist, and you have to be family friendly. Meaning, please no cursing. Don't be mean to people. It's just not worth it. All right? Just going to put that out there. Dude, it's just like your mama told you, right? If it's not nice, don't say it. It's not nice. Don't do that. It's not worth it. So, same thing here at the Celtic Rain Radio Show. Be nice. And small label or independent artist. Ta-da! And then you can send your MP3s to celticrain777@gmail.com. And holistic, like that. Anyway, and then you'll be able to get your music played on the radio show. Awesome blossoms, right? I know. If you are not watching from the YouTube channel, you can actually go to youtube.com/C for channel/Celtic Rain, like rain out of the sky. And you can like and subscribe. That way you'll know exactly when we're going to be on. And you'll be able to listen to every single thing we do. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. This thing called YouTube. I know. It's been around for a while, I get it. But at the same time, you can still do it. It's awesome that way. Anyways, needless to say, we are going to have some amazing music for our first set of music. First set of music, we're going to have Fairy Tale by Ginger Ackley. And then we're going to have We Rewild Again by Shark. I'm never going to say this right. By Shakti Penelope. And there you go. If that's right, dude, I did good, and you need to send me a cookie. If not, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And then we're going to listen to Macpherson's Rant by the Selkie Girls. One of our new favorites, the Selkie Girls. That's right. Needless to say, we're going to have some great music coming on. And because, that's what we do here at the Celtic Rain Radio Show. We play amazing music just for you. You guys ready? Let's go.
music resounds in our heart. Over again, the soul cries to be set free. Eyes shining truth, we weave this tapestry. Come, take my hand, and guided by the voices of the land, we rewild again. Loving our home, we know Earth's body is the same as our own. The language of stars, our common ancestry. Tree, bird, animal, the flowing
Welcome to recording a live show at the Celtic Rain Radio Show. Sometimes things go a little wonky, and then we get to edit it out later because that's just what recording a live show is all about. So thank you for understanding. So we're going to play that just again because, things happen. It is what it is. But we're going to get that in there, and then let's just have a great time with these beautiful songs. Those and these Celtic songs are so beautiful. Here's another beautiful Celtic song for you. calling us home. The land's wild music resounds in our heart. Over again, the soul cries to be set free, knowing there's more. Life is asking for participation. Eyes shining truth. We weave this tapestry. Come, take my hand,
and guided by the voices of the land. We rewild again. Loving our home, we know Earth's body is the same as our own. The language of stars, our common ancestry. Tree, bird, animal, the flowing water teach us how to live as family. Come, take my hand, redeeming our relation with the land. We rewild again. Understanding our entire purpose is to give, nurturing all our relations. Oh, reprogramming, so our way of being is to live as just one thread of creation. Oh, come here to stand as men and women honoring the land. We rewild again. Come here to stand as men and women honoring the land. We rewild again. Come, take our hand and let yourself be nourished by the land. We rewild again.
Farewell, ye dungeons dark and strong. A long farewell to thee. Macpherson's time will not be long on yonder gallows tree. 'Twas by a woman's treacherous hand that I was condemned to die. She called me o'er to the windowsill, and a blanket she threw over me. Say randomly and say dantonly, say wantonly gate he. He played a tune and he danced it round below the gallows tree. Peter Grant, oh, that Highland saint that first laid hands on me. He bleeds because of Peter Broom. Now let McPherson free. Untie these bands from off my hands and bring to me my sword. There's not a man in Scotland I'll brave him at a word. Say Runtonley and say Duntonley, say Wantonley Gate. He played a tune and he danced it around below the gallows tree. Oh, there's some come to see me at, and some to buy my fiddle. But before I do part with her, I'll break through her the middle. He's taken the fiddle into both his hands. He breaks it or a stain, saying no, another hand will play on me when I am dead and game. Say Runtonley and say Duntonley, say Wantonley Gate. He played a tune and he danced it around below the gallows tree. Oh, little did my mother think that when she first cradled me, that I would turn to the roving trade and die on a gallows tree. Reprieve was coming o'er the brig of Banff to set McPherson free. They put the clock at 4:15 and they hanged him from a tree. Say Runtonley and say Duntonley, say Wantonley Gate. He played a tune and he danced it around below the gallows tree. Say Runtonley and say Duntonley, say Wantonley Gate. He played a tune and he danced it around below the gallows tree.
Just great music. Just absolutely great music. I love their sound. They are probably one of my favorite new bands for sure. Very excited, very excited. But we have on our band of the day, so I'm very excited about that as well. You guys ready? This is the Afflicted, but it's not now. There's a whole band for the Afflicted, correct? You're just what instrument do you play in the band? Oh, hold on one second. I got you muted. That's hilarious. So what instrument do you play in the band?
I'm guitar player and founding member. I'm the only
There you go.
founding member in the band now. But to be honest, um, like I wrote most of the new album. Like I'm always writing.
Yeah. Always
So
right. Can you do me a favor? I think you
yeah,
have the actual show playing in the background, and I can hear it. Can we get that muted for me so that I can? I mean, it's wonderful to hear my own voice, but um, every once in a while, I would love to hear from you and not have
yeah,
that feedback. Thank you so very
yeah.
much.
We have a lot of interesting. Like the whole house is like listening to the show. So
Oh, I'm sure they
um,
are. I'm sure they are. So
and
yeah, so you are the founding member, and so tell us your name, because the Afflicted is
I'm
not
Mike
your
Morrow.
name; that's the band's name. What?
No,
Say that again.
I'm Mike Morrow, lead guitar player, this founding member. Um,
Yeah,
we kind of formed. It was funny. Me and my buddy Dave, we formed a band in 2011. We were sitting around the Bible. We were talking to a preacher, and we were talking about band names. And the preacher said, "Well, why don't you ask God?" And Dave being sarcastic, because that's just
yeah,
how he is, said, "Okay, then let's let God do it." Well, the preacher went to open the Bible, and it flew open, and the word "the afflicted" in big black letters like was right there. And he goes, "There's your name."
there you go.
And we've been we've been trying to get stuff done for a long time, but had a lot of members who chickened out, and a lot of them had past issues. Like Dave, he had habits that just wouldn't go away, and he
Yeah,
had to he had to go away, which really sucks. But
yeah.
now we have really good guys. Everybody's on the same page. Um,
That's really it's a really great thing when that can happen, because I've been in bands my whole life, and you're right, people come and they go, and they live their life, and they do their things, and some are great things when it comes and goes, and some are not so great things when they come and go, and
but
and you just have to kind of deal with it and let the band keep going. I know for Celtic Rain, our band has been around for like 13 years, but it's had people come in and out of it for
oh yeah,
just here and there, and it's we've grown because of that, but at the same time you do learn a lot about having how to deal with people.
oh,
It just
and
is what it is.
and your sound changes ever so much with every new person because
Oh,
they bring
absolutely.
something new. Like well, my brother, he's been like my brother for almost 40 years. Lonnie,
Yeah,
he's more of a Iron Maiden, um, Judas Priest drummer. When he comes in, it's full force, just nonstop, ready to go, and he's a human metronome. He's on
yeah,
it like automatically. Former drummer, not so much. He is more of a Kiss, slow beat, Peter Chris guy, and he really had a lot of issues. Like, dude, that's too heavy. I can't do that. You're a
yeah,
drummer.
yeah.
It's not hard, you know. And it's really interesting to go through and look back at all the people who have been here and have gone, and how much each one of it have added to the music and even the lyrics. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it's an amazing thing. And like there's not a member of this band that I still don't talk to, no matter what they've done or what's
Oh
happened.
yeah,
I talk to
absolutely.
everyone else.
Absolutely. Well, we
It,
did have a
it-
comment, actually. We had someone say, the spirit of the divine has a profound impact and oftentimes influences us in ways we never perceived. All too often, what may be a joke in passing becomes a lifetime of commitments. So that was,
amen.
yeah. So there you go. You got a comment already about that. That really struck a chord with this person for sure. So yeah. So how long have you been playing music then?
Oh, since I was 14 years old.
Nice.
I, I actually started playing around 5, but not getting serious until I was around 14.
Mhm.
Interesting thing is, my grandpa played for the Carter Cash family. He was a guitar player in their band, and he left to start a family and raise a family because he didn't want to do it on the road. And he always had a guitar laying around the house. And I'd go hang out with Grandpa on the weekends, and he'd say, "You got to learn this. This will make you money one day." Okay, I want to watch Dukes of Hazzard. No, we're going to do this. And then one day he was playing a song, and I didn't know what it was. So I asked him, and he goes, "Oh, I wrote that many, many years ago." And I don't have the song now. Of course, when he passed
Mm.
away, Grandma got rid of everything, including all his music, and
Oh my
it kind
gosh.
of it was horrible. Um,
Yeah, that's
but
pretty bad.
God really inspired me through him to keep playing, and uh, it's been a really long journey, but it's been a good journey. I mean,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely. That's awesome. That's really awesome. Yeah, I think it's extremely important to see the influences that come down from our grandparents. And I know for me, um my dad was a musician and my mom was a musician, and my grandparents all were musical, and I can't imagine not having that influence in my life, but
right,
then at the same time, they didn't do things professionally when it came to music. But dude, my grandpa, he's like, I will be there every show. And he was. My grandmother on my mom's side, she was there every show I had. And I'm like, I can't imagine not having that kind of influence in my life, that kind of
exactly. Same,
support. Yeah,
same here.
exactly.
My mom, she come to our a band I was in before this. We played in Chicago with Pretty Boy Floyd. Steve Summers, shout out to Steve. Him and the guys are amazing. Um, my mom had never left Kentucky, Tennessee. Yeah, she never went north. We were playing in Chicago. She got in a car. It was 90 some degrees outside. Her and my dad, my brother and sister came to the show, and it was an over 21 show. So my brother and sister are like not even near 21 yet. So they had to sit over on this little side of the stage and watch. And um, my brother said that influenced him to play drums, and he's been playing drums ever since, pretty much.
Nice,
But
nice.
my mom was like, "I'll be at every show, no matter what." And she
Yeah.
was until 2001 when she passed away. And that was one reason when me and Dave started talking. He's like, "I want to do this for your mom and my mom.
Mm,
They're both not here. Let's do this." And then
yeah.
his brother passed away, so it was kind of this. For him, it was a joke. The name was, to be honest, he was just like that. But then when it stuck, he's like, "Oh, now God says we have to use this. This is not what I planned." But we started doing things, and songs wrote themselves. Like with Angels and some of the others we got really wrote themselves. It was like God
Yeah,
had an ideal for them, and it was 5 minutes.
absolutely.
It was great.
Absolutely. So how many
But it's
people are in the
original.
band?
There's 5 of us.
Okay.
Me, Brandon, David, Lonnie, and our other guitar player, who at the
The
time
other
I'm
person.
forgetting his name. I'm
The other
forgetting his
guitar
name.
player.
He's gonna kill me. No,
It's the other guy. Yeah.
um,
That's hilarious. No,
actually,
totally.
I
So
was just talking. Me
we're
and Jeremy
actually
were just
going
talking.
yeah, we're actually going to be listening to one of your songs called With Angels. Tell us about With Angels.
It is written about a friend of mine, she become family to us, and her, she had a car crash, and then also my daughter had a car crash, and both
Mm.
passed away. Several years apart, but it's about loss of a loved one, someone who and so far everybody hears it, they're like, we love the song, and it's like, well, I'm glad it helps, because to be honest, that's
Yeah.
what it was for. And
Yeah.
that,
Absolutely.
like, when she I was sitting at my dad's, actually, when I got the phone call from her half sister, and she's like, look, this is what happened. The car hit a tree on her side of
Mm.
the car, and there was just nothing they could do. I said, okay. And it was kind of like, wow, now what? And then the words
Yeah.
just started in my head, and it's like, okay. I sat down and wrote it out, and it's been in the book for probably 10 years. And
Mm.
then Danny and all of us were, the last lineup was getting together, and Danny's like, let's record this. And a friend of mine, he has a studio. We went in, we recorded it, and that's the version we got. After a while, I'll tell you a new story that's something new coming up with the song, actually.
Nice. Awesome. Well, we're gonna hear this, and you're gonna do a little dancing with us, uh, so that we can have some fun during the show. But I think everyone can very much relate to losing someone, especially from these past few, uh, 3 years of
Yeah,
pandemic and crazy.
yeah.
Totally understand that. But we're going to listen to the song, and we're going to have a great time. All right. So I'll see you in just a
Awesome.
minute.
Awesome.
All right, guys. So yeah, we are going to hear his beautiful song called "With Angels" by the Afflicted, and then we're going to listen to "The Witness" by Victor Sierra. And then you're going to hear "I Will Exalt You, O Lord," and that's one of my songs, actually. One of the songs that I wrote and recorded while I was in college 1.5 million years ago. Just saying. So you hear a young Rebecca. Needless to say, yes, we're going to have some absolutely gorgeous music. You guys ready for this beautiful music? Okay. And here we go. That doesn't seem right. Hold on one second. I want to make sure that I'm doing this right. I think I might have gotten some things wrong here, but I want to make sure. Hold on. You guys, there are times when you have things in life, and I think this with angels is going to be one of those times where you just kind of, I don't know about you, but there's some people that I miss, that I have lost in life, and I think, thank you, God, for letting them be a part of who I was, and what I had in my life. So let's listen to this gorgeous.
I remember the night I got the call. You were gone, couldn't believe it. Oh, how did it happen? It took my breath away. I couldn't speak or have a word to say. With angels, where there's no pain. With angel, where there's no fear. With angel, now you saw the flame. With angel. could do the night was cry, wondering what happened and why. A big part of my crazy life, yes you were. I didn't think you'd be gone, it's a blur. We've enjoyed where there's no pain. We've enjoyed where there's no fear. We've enjoyed, now you saw I complain. We've enjoyed, we've enjoyed where there's no pain. We've enjoyed where there's no fear. We've enjoyed, now you saw I complain. We've enjoyed, but I wish you were here. I sit here thinking about your hopes and dreams. Ones you will never see, doesn't seem fair it seems. You won't see them come true, it crushes me too. Inside I live for you, yeah, inside I live for you. For you, for you, for you. We've enjoyed with the end. We've enjoyed where there's no fear. We've enjoyed, now you saw I complain. We've enjoyed, we've enjoyed with the end. We've enjoyed where there's no fear. We've enjoyed, now you saw I complain. We've enjoyed, but I wish you were here.
Servants and coaches have left the castle on the hill. Darkness has overwhelmed never-ending corridors. The president's wife reminds him to swallow his pill. The locked in this world closed by so many doors. Outside, horrendous storms have flooded the ATMs. Weakness paves the way to those whose cries sound the loudest. All toys and forbidden books are thrown in the flames. Thinkers are sent to an eternal rest. Hear me, I'm the witness, calling from the darkness. Ladies in red feel ashamed for being that late. They try to unveil the plot that keeps them in the hive. By the end of the day, they accept that fate, and they are grateful to be still alive. history. If brains can still work and you don't may arise, and our words will emerge with force and fury. Hear me, I'm the witness, calling from the darkness. Hear me, I'm the witness, calling from the darkness. Hear me, I'm the witness, calling from the darkness. Hear me, I'm the witness, calling from the darkness.
I will exalt you, O Lord. I will exalt you, O Lord. For you lift me out of the depths and did not let my enemies float. I will exalt you, O Lord. I will exalt you, O Lord. Oh Lord, my God, I called to you for help, and you healed me. I will exalt you, O Lord. I will exalt you, O Lord. Oh Lord, you brought me up from the grave. You spared me from the pit. I will exalt you, O Lord. I will exalt you, O Lord. I'll exalt your name unto the holies. I will lift your name above the nations. I'll exalt your name. I will exalt you, Lord. I will exalt you, O Lord. I will exalt you, O Lord. For you lift me out of the depths and did not let my enemies float. I will exalt you, O Lord. I will exalt you, O Lord. Oh Lord, my God, I called to you for help, and you healed me. I will exalt you, O Lord. I will exalt you, O Lord. Oh Lord, you brought me up from the grave. You spared me from the pit. I will exalt you, O Lord. I will exalt you, O Lord. I'll exalt your name unto the holies. I will lift your name above the nations. I'll exalt your name. I will exalt you, Lord. I will exalt you, O Lord. I will exalt you, O Lord. For you lift me out of the depths and did not let my enemies float. I
Speaking of scripture, that is actually straight scripture. When I wrote that, I literally opened up one of the Psalms and I was like, "Oh my God, there's a song right there." Which, by the way, they were already songs, so I can't take credit for writing that because technically, I think David wrote that. um, so and he was a musician, so why not play his music? I of course put my own little twist on it. The melody's mine, but but thank you, David. You've been gone for a very, 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 very long time. I never technically met you yet. One day, I'm gonna go to heaven and be like, I have certain people I'd like to talk to. I'm gonna be like, I would like to see David. He would be really cool to hang out with. I think we would have a really, really great time. I have a question for Paul, like a million of them. Sit down, because you got a problem. You had problems in real life. I'm like, Paul, why did you hate women so much? And then I have like all these different questions, but we probably shouldn't get theological at the Celtic Rain Radio Show. But needless to say, it is just what it is. But if you have music, obviously you see that we play all genres of music here at the Celtic Rain Radio Show. And people are like, oh my God, you don't just play Celtic music? No, we play all kinds of music. So you can send your music to CelticRain777 at gmail.com. The only thing is you just have to be a small label or independent artist or a band. Just saying. And it has to be family friendly, meaning no cursing. Guys, if you have songs with cursing in it, you should already go ahead and make a radio ready version or your stuff's not going to get played. So I'm going to put that one out there. If you want your stuff played, I don't care if it's heavy thrash, crazy metal. I play it. Now, I usually only play about one of those every show, but I do play those songs. But the ones that have a bunch of cursing in it, I can't do that. So you guys make a radio ready version and then send it to me, because I don't have enough time in the day to take your music and make it radio ready. Therefore, it's just not going to get played. I mean, it's your song. You want it played? Make it radio ready. It's just the way it is. And then people can go to your concerts and you can sing it however you want to. There you go. It is what it is. Well, we have some great music coming up next. We have 3 more beautiful songs. We have The Good Stuff by Mary Run. And then we have Ave Maria. Now, this is Bach's Ave Maria that Celtic Rain did. And obviously it'll be me singing on Ave Maria. Samuel will be playing the guitar. He's got like 1,000 fingers. I swear. I don't know. I do this when I play guitar. He does. I swear he's like, massaging guitar. I don't know. It's ridiculous. What he can do on that guitar. So Ave Maria. And then we have Her Lips Would Break by Rob Leon. So some really great music. Cannot wait to share this beautiful music with you guys. You guys ready? Here we go.
talks a lot. She talks and talks and she's never stopped. She goes on and on and on and on. She never ever says a thing. Used to go so well together. Every night we call. She talked so much I thought her lips would break, but that was not the case at all. Cause my baby, she talks a lot. She talk and she never stops. She goes on and on and on and on. She never ever says a thing. Meantime, she's still talking. She's as fresh as spring. She treats me like a king. Laughing like an old hyena. Just about anything. There's my baby, she talks a lot. She goes on and on, she never stops. She goes on and on and on and on. She never ever says a thing.
I have to admit, I actually know people like that just never stop talking. So it is funny though that he wrote a song about that. Mr. Rob Leon, I'm just gonna say, I hope your woman still likes you after that song. Because that was a little rude. But if it's true, I guess it's true. She might be like, yep, it's true. I talk a lot. So, it is what it is. I was like, dang. All right. There you go then. But we do have our beautiful person back with us. Hello, 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 hello. So, yeah.
Like,
So,
the funny thing is, like oh Lord, the exalting the Lord. I had heard your song before, like a few years back, and when we actually started talking about doing the show, I went back and listened to it. It's like, that's where I heard that before, and it was like, see, for me, that was like the Lord telling me, hey, go ahead, I'm putting this out here for you. You got to.
yeah.
I'm pushing you a little bit here, so. Because usually what I do is I put our singer out front and let them do all the interviews, and I kind of step back and like, yeah, okay, I'll just play guitar and write. You do all this. But Brandon, he wrote me a minute ago, and he's like, here, I got YouTube playing on my phone. I'm listening to you, man. He goes, keep up the good work. He goes, I'm coming home from work. And
Great.
he goes, man, all the music's really good. He goes, I play everything from country to Southern rock to, well, I don't do Celtic, but I like it anyway.
There you go. Yeah, we
And
can like something and not play it. There's a lot of things I like that I don't play because I'm like, I'm not sure if I'm cut out to play that kind of music.
right.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I do have a question. So, do you just get to do music, or do you have a day job?
Well, I had a day job as of earlier this year, I managed a laundromat for a friend of mine, and
Oh,
but
that's
they've
cool.
kind of closed it down, and I'm kind of doing music full time, and kind of
Nice.
doing that, and the guys in this group have really allowed me to do that, and I have me and my best friend have been roommates for a while, and oh my god, she pushes me to do music all the time. Of course, I write something and she's the first person to hear it, and then of course my fiance, she hears it, she's like, "You got to do that. That's what you're meant to do." And so I've got a lot of people pushing me to like lean towards doing music like full time.
Yeah, that's
We
wonderful
have
that you have that kind of support system. That's really
right.
great. Yeah.
It's a real blessing. Like for me, that's I'm used to doing music, but for me, this is the first time music's been my only focus because
Hmm.
I'm used to working 12 hours doing music and wrestling professionally, like on a loop, like continuously, like 7 days a week. Like
So
that's,
you so you wrestled? You actually like were a wrestler?
yep,
That's
22 years.
hilarious.
I
So
have,
okay, now you have to tell me more because this is too much. Like, I'm like, no, you can't go past that too fast. You got to tell me more. So tell me about the wrestling. That's crazy awesome.
uh, well, another thing, my dad and my grandfather and them, they lived right next door to Victor Bruiser. And I had the pleasure of meeting Victor Bruiser and Bobo Brazil Sr. And my granddad was an avid wrestler. He's from Tennessee. Jerry Jarrett, those guys were friends of his. And every Saturday, me and my cousins were watching wrestling with him. Even if we were home and he's calling, "Hey, you got the show on, right?" "Yes, it's on." For us, it was like, okay, this is kind of boring. And then we got into it. And then when he passed away, I had talked to Jerry Jarrett a few times. And he goes, "If you want to train, come down." And I was like, eh. So I went down, and I'll never forget it. Me and my buddy went down, and Tojo Yamamoto. Everybody talks about Tojo being rough. He was like he lit us up for like 6 months. Like he would taking hits with kendo sticks and um, bags of sand. He'd drop them on us like from
Oh,
20 feet in the air. Just like, oh my god! And
jeez.
we're like, this is fake. We made the mistake, both of us at the same time. This is fake, right? No, he turned us inside out and upside down, and he goes, "It's not fake. What we do here is real, and if somebody can't handle it, they don't need to be here." And so
Yeah.
for me, I learned being with the Jarrett promotion that what you do is serious. And I've been to some other places, and it was more of a joke there. And um, I've had people say, "Why don't you go to the WWE?" I said,
Hmm.
"I'll never do that." They're like, "Why?" I'm not a joke. I'm not an entertainer. I'm a wrestler. There's a difference.
Yeah.
And we did it, and then I got hurt like several times. Like I hurt my back and my neck several times. I was
Yeah.
paralyzed for like months at a time, and
Well, and that's kind
I
of,
now
I mean, if you're beating the crap out of yourself on a regular basis, you're going to eventually hurt yourself. It's just kind of
well
part of the thing.
the funny thing is the first injury I got was Jerry Lawler went for a pile driver and he slipped. He jumped and his legs slipped. Man, that really
Mm.
sucked. He's like, "Hey, I'm pinning you." I said, "Yeah, I don't care what you do. Just get this over with. I'm done for." My partner wasn't real happy. He's like, "Why didn't you kick out?" I said, "If I could have felt my legs, I would have." I
Yeah.
couldn't do that, man. And
Yeah. That's
and
crazy.
then I took a power bomb in Albany, Illinois. A guy hit my legs as he shot me off with a power bomb. I landed on my neck, slid out of the ring to the floor, and they showed me the video. I stood up, put my hands up, and I fell face first. I don't remember nothing. I woke up in the hospital, and the doctor's like, "You're not going to walk. I don't know how long it's going to be, but you're not going to walk for a while. It might be
Oh,
permanent."
good Lord.
And
That's
a friend of
crazy.
mine, I have good friends, so she's a nurse. She brought her 2-year old down to see me, and that child ran me everywhere. And I walked into the doctor's office 6 months later, and the doctor goes, "That's impossible." She goes, "No, it ain't. My daughter and me, we wouldn't let him rest. He had to get up and walk. He had to do something." And I
That's
went back
hilarious.
into wrestling, was wrestling like 2 weeks later, and I've I've had good time. I mean, wrestling was really good to me. So was
Nice.
music. I mean, between those two,
Absolutely.
but like it all comes back to my granddad. Like my
There you
grandpa,
go.
you know, his influence was big. Like it still is today. Like I'll hear something on the radio or I'll read something, and the first thing that comes into my head, yeah, he'd say that. you know,
Yeah.
so that's where most of my
I
influence
have
comes
those
from.
I have those moments with my grandparents, and I'm thinking, "Oh my gosh, my grandmother would just have a cow right now if one of my grandmothers is British, and she was bigger than life." And I'm like, "Well, I guess I know where I got it from." And she would just, walk in the room and she'd be like, "I'm here," and
Right,
but she was very British. So, it's like, you need to be, if you're not early, you're not on time. And,
right.
the things and her words just flow through my head constantly. It's hilarious. Well, we are going to listen to another song by you. We're going to listen to Balls to the Wall. So tell me about this.
Well, it's a cover, and I made this comment earlier that we don't do covers. Well, Danny, our former singer, and a good friend of ours still to this day, he goes, "Hey, I did this," and he sent it to us, and the guitars were really low, and you couldn't hear the music, but you could hear him. And my buddy Mike, who isn't in the band anymore, he's got some stuff going on, but him and Mark, our former drummer, got together. Mike recorded the guitar tracks. Mark recorded the bass and guitar tracks. Sent it to Danny. Here, play this, and sing over it. And all Danny did was add his vocals to it. And now you've got the finished version. But Danny, you could tell Danny is not German by any means. He's got that whole thing going on. But it's a really good song, and I was a little surprised we got to do it. But as I said before, it was a Danny kind of throwing it at us thing that got it going, because when he said covers were like not happening, he goes, "But you got to listen to it, guys. I did a good job." And um, he's like,
This
"Really
was
trying it, guys. The girls like it." So, because
Yeah.
he did it with his wife, and he's like, "Guys, at least give me a try here, man. I'm doing
Yeah.
this just to keep my voice up." And I was surprised. Everybody was. So we went ahead and added the music to it for him, and
Nice.
to be honest, we got a lot of people like, "Oh my god, we love it!" Like we had a German guitar maker. He's like, "You guys get some more stuff out there, and we'll talk about sponsorship because of that
Perfect.
song." Like, cool.
There you go.
And then we had a record label. They're still really interested, just because mainly that song, and then of course they picked up with Angels, and they're like, "We want to do something." Not all the members right now are so like record label ready. They're like,
Mm.
I don't know. Labels can be controlling.
It depends,
Let's wait
yeah.
and see.
You kind of have to just kind of be careful and be wise. Don't
Right.
know what you're getting yourself into. But yeah. Well, we're gonna listen to that song and do a little more dancing and bring you on for your song. And sounds great, okay?
Awesome. I'm
Okay.
excited.
Yeah. All right, guys. So yeah, we got I just love the title. It just makes me happy. Balls to the Wall by the Afflicted. Crazy awesome. Then we have A Pub with No Beer. That sounds like a horrible night. That's what that sounds like. A pub with no beer. Pub with No Beer by Slugger's Rule. And then we have Morning Sun by Brian McKell. So it's gonna be some great, great music. And you guys ready? All right. Here we go.
away from your kindred and all by the campfire at night where the wild dingoes call. But there's nothing so lonesome, so dull or so drear than to stand in a bar of a pub with no beer. Now the publican's anxious for the quota to come. There's a faraway look on the face of the bum. The maids got all cranky and the cook's acting queer. What a terrible place is a pub with no beer. Oh, it's lonesome away from your kindred and all by the campfire's night where the wild dingoes call. But there's nothing so lonesome, so dull or so drear than to stand in a bar of a pub with no beer. The stockman rides up with his dry, dusty throat. He breasts up to the bar, pulls a wad from his coat. But the smile on his face quickly turns to a sneer when the barman says sadly, the pub's got no beer. Oh, it's lonesome away from your kindred and all by the campfire at night where the wild dingoes call. But there's nothing so lonesome, so dull or so drear than to stand in a bar of a pub with no beer. Then in comes a swagman all covered with flies. He throws down his roll, wipes the sweat from his eyes. But when he is told, he says, what's this I hear? I trudged 50 flaming miles to a pub with no beer. Oh, it's lonesome away from your kindred and all by the campfire at night where the wild dingoes call. But there's nothing so lonesome, so dull or so drear than to stand in a bar of a pub with no beer. There's a dog on the veranda for his master he waits, but the boss is inside drinking wine with his mates. He hurries for cover and he cringes in fear. It's no place for a dog round a pub with no beer. Oh, it's lonesome away from your kindred and all by the campfire at night where the wild dingoes call. But there's nothing so lonesome, so dull or so drear than to stand in the bar of a pub with no beer.
Old Billy the blacksmith, the first time in his life, has gone home cold sober to his darling wife. He walks in the kitchen, she says, "You're early, me dear." Then he breaks down and he tells her that the pub's got no beer.
Oh, it's lonesome away from your kindred and all by the campfire at night where the wild dingoes call. But there's nothing so lonesome, so dull or so drear than to stand in a bar of a pub with no beer. Oh, it's lonesome away from your kindred and all by the campfire at night where the wild dingoes call. But there's nothing so lonesome, so dull or so drear than to stand in a bar of a pub with no beer.
Sitting in the morning light, 'cause I've been up all night trying to figure things out. But I had a thought or two that most people do. I'm going my life the way that I want. Drinking beer and having fun, sitting in the morning sun, not a care in the world. Barbecue burning, burger turning, looking back at what I've done. Gonna walk to the beach and take a seat and reminisce about my life. Look out across the bay, think about all my days. Now my life has turned out. Drinking beer and having fun, sitting in the summer sun, not a care in the world. Barbecues are burning, burger turning, looking back at what I've done. So I'm gonna live my life, have fun and less strife, and not listen to anyone, not let them get me down, 'cause that just makes me frown. And I just wanna live my life. Gonna walk to the beach and take a seat and put my feet in the sand. Drinking beer and having fun, sitting in the summer sun, not a care in the world. Barbecues are burning, burger turning, looking back at what I've done. Looking out at the sun, thinking about all the fun that I had when I was young. Now that I'm growing up, I'm ready to settle down and act like an adult. Gonna walk to the beach and take a seat, put my feet in the sand. Not ready to grow or relax like I'm told. I still wanna have lots of fun, like flying an airplane, climb a mountain for no gain, so I can stand and look down. High wire across ravines, run wild between trees, swim with sharks and not be scared. That all sounds like fun, but it won't be done, 'cause all I wanna do, drink beer and having fun, sitting in the morning sun, not a care in the world. Take a walk to the beach and take a seat, put my feet in the sand. Look out at the sun, think about all the fun that I had when I was young. Look out at the sun, think about all the fun I had when I was young.
It's a very beautiful song, and you're right. Creaky Dog was like, I like that song, Brian. I'll be listening to it more. See, that's what this show's about, is showing you guys some amazing music and being like, hey, just saying, this should be like the Celtic Rain radio show should be like the the songs of your life. Just saying. And then we have I love you. I'm never gonna say your name right. Takumi. Oh, did I do it right? If I did it right, I love you. And if I didn't do it right, I still love you. There you go. Kids are finally in bed. I hope there's a beer in the kitchen pub. Right? Um, needless to say, it's so funny that last song. You guys are gonna think I'm like the dorkiest thing in the world, and I don't care. So that last song. Okay, so I love musicals. I love musicals, and I love like the second round of like musicals. So like, okay, so you've got what is it? Lord help me. Uh it's not Dirty Dancing. That's the wrong one. I do like Dirty Dancing. But anyways, I can't even think of the name of it anymore. Anyways, okay, so it's like the second. Okay, I like the bad movies. All right. So I'm a B movie person. I just am. And when someone says, "Oh, you should never go see this movie. It's horrible." I'm like, "We're going to see that movie." Like, we're going to figure this out because this is going to happen. And then I'm going to be like, "I love this." Okay, for instance, like the Never Ending Story movie. Love it. Who doesn't, right? Named my dog Falcor for freaking God's sakes. Okay. Love the movie. But who's seen the other movies? There are more than one movie. Did you know this? I do. I'm just saying. So anyways, that reminded me of a song from one of the other movies that nobody's probably ever seen that they're like, "Oh right, there's more of those." Shush. Don't pick on me. I know I'm pretty and I realize I'm special inside. Whatever. All right, well, we have our band back. We'll get off of me for a second and back onto what the band of the day. I'm just saying. So,
Uh, hey, I'm the same way. Like for me, like a lot of movies that people don't like, I'll watch. And I'm a big biography guy. Like
there you go.
I'll watch biographies all day long or westerns. History. Like
There you go.
I'm Native American, so for me, like anything with Geronimo or Crazy Horse or anything Native American, I'm gonna watch it just because
Right.
it's culture. And
Yeah.
my daughter from Nepal, right outside India, she just messaged me, "Hey, Dad, I'm listening to you on the radio.
That's
I'm
awesome.
watching you." And she's coming here for college. She's going to be a heart surgeon. That's what she's going to school for.
That's amazing.
And it'll be the first time in 20 years that we've actually spent any time together. So, like,
That's
since her mom went back
wonderful.
to Nepal, it's going to be
Yeah.
interesting. And she's like, "I'm listening to you on the radio, Dad. I'm watching you." That's awesome.
That's awesome.
And
Well, I know that you guys, what are you doing now? Are you writing? Are you performing? What's going on with you guys?
well, we are actually getting ready to start recording. And then we have a festival up in Herman, Indiana, August 27th. We go on at 10:30 a.m. We are inviting everybody to come out and hang out with us beforehand, get some
Yeah.
pictures, get autographs, hang out with us. We'll put you on video. I mean, we're videotaping all shows. And to be honest, come out and hang out with us. There's going to be a lot of people. It's a seafood festival. Come eat all the seafood you want.
Ooh, love seafood. Yeah.
Like
Nice.
they
Where
have
is
it
it at?
Harriman, Indiana. I will have to send you the link because, to be
Yes.
honest, saying the name is the way it's spelled and the way it's pronounced. It's totally not right.
Oh, there you go.
And
So
they sent us a message. They're like, "Hey, you want to come play this thing?" We're like, yeah, sure." We didn't even realize it was a real show, to be honest. And, the promoter said, "No, really, it's a show, man." And he sent us all the information. And my uncle Buzzy, he's from Franklin, and he goes, "I go there every year, guys. You have to go. It's the bands usually that they have every year is really awesome, and you guys getting a chance is good." Well, we're all like, "Okay, we'll do it." So we've been drumming up things all the last 2 weeks, like trying to get people in and everybody to come. And they told us the other night that if they get more than 1,400 people, it'll be the first time in 5 years that they've done that. So
nice.
we told them, "Don't worry, we're gonna drink. We'll promote it everywhere." And
That's
I
right.
said, matter of fact, I have a radio show coming up, and because I'd almost forgot, to be honest, because I've had so much going on. And because Sierra was the big focus of this. She was going to be on, and she was going to be with me, and she was going to do most of the talking, and all of a sudden, boom, she's just not here. And it's like, oh, yeah. So when I said that, they're like, "You're really going to push this show on the radio?" I said, "Yeah, what? We're going to play there. Why wouldn't I? You know?"
Yeah,
And
exactly.
my and Brandon just said, he goes, "Dude, I'm actually watching the radio show as I head home." He goes, "I just hit YouTube. I'm watching you, and we'll have to do the show again." He goes, "We will. All of us will get together and do the show next time.
That would be
Well,
amazing. I would love that.
that way we're all there." He goes, "If I'd have known ahead of time, I'd have left work early." I said, "Nah, we don't need you doing that. That's a chance of getting
Yeah,
fired. You know that,
working
you
is a
know."
good thing. Working is
Right.
a good thing.
And
Yeah. So where can people find your music and where you're going to be performing? 'Cause I know you have a Facebook page.
yes, we
Um,
have the Afflicted. It's the dash Afflicted dash band. And then you got like a whole bunch of numbers, but usually you can find us under Dorothy Owens. It's easy. Our former manager's name. It's got our logo and it says the Afflicted. So you go looking for us on Facebook. It's easier to find us under Dorothy Owens. We show right up. I don't know why. We've been trying to change it for a year now. Facebook says no. We've changed the name 3 times and they changed it back. So
Facebook's
finally,
a
they
funny
slapped
thing.
us with a little statement that if we tried to change it again, they'd remove the page. So we're not going to argue with them.
Yeah, don't do
We'll
that.
leave
It's
it
not worth
alone.
it. Well, I
We're like,
know
yeah, we're doing.
for everyone out there, you can find it at www.facebook.com/the dash afflicted dash band, and then dash in a bunch of numbers. We don't, but I can tell you right now that if you look up the Afflicted band on Facebook, you will find it.
Yes.
And then you can also find them over at reverbnation.com/the afflicted
Afflicted 2.
number 2, like the number
And
2. Yeah.
and you can find us on Bandmix at bandmix /the Afflicted 20.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Twitter. And then Instagram is afflicted the at Instagram.com. It's really easy on that one.
Nice.
We have
Can
another
they
one.
download your music from anywhere? If they want to go and find your music and download it, how do they do that?
Bandmix and Reverb Nation.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah.
And hopefully within the next few weeks we'll have more music up and we'll have some videos being done. We have a video guy who's going to be doing videos here shortly as well.
Nice.
We are working on this first album. We've already written for the second album. And Brandon just sent me a message saying he's already working on ideas for songs for the second album. So I was like, cool.
Nice.
And we've got a lot of festivals coming up here in Indiana. And Brandon just said somebody in Ohio wants us to come there and play like 2 festivals.
What I would do is go ahead, and this is for everybody out there as well. Go to Facebook as well, and you can go to the Celtic Rain Radio Show group and be a part of that. Everybody can be a part of that because that's a place where bands can go and put up their stuff of where they're going to be. And you guys can be like, oh, great. And then you get to find that out. You get to talk with the bands there and have a great time. So if the Afflicted is not part of the Celtic Rain Radio Show group on Facebook, make sure you do that. That way you can put up where you guys are going to be. That way you can push your events when your CDs come out. Put it up there. That way people can go and really enjoy you guys as an artist, as artists in a band. Yeah, exactly.
This has been awesome
to have kind of put it out there.
Right. This has been awesome because I'm usually not I'm not the voice of the band. I usually let the singer do all that, but this guy pushed me out of my comfort zone, so it's been a good thing. And like I've heard your music before, like I'm actually a fan, so it was kind of cool to be actually a part of something that I'm a fan of. So I was telling my roommate earlier, she's sitting here listening, and I said I've heard her sing that song before. She goes, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, I've known that song for a while. It's actually part of my playlist." She goes, "Oh, okay." So that's why you were so excited to do the show. I said, actually, it was because her vocal range is amazing. So that's what I was trying to tell, like Sierra. I said, don't worry, You're not the only one with an amazing range. We'll get you on the show, and if you have questions, she sings all the time, and she'll
Yeah,
answer them, and
I
you
do.
guys can talk. Well, Brandon's like, wow, those were some high notes. I don't know if I can hit those. So it was great. But it's really been a lot of fun. But we've got like, and in October we have Metalcore Fest in Indianapolis. We will be there.
Nice.
Um, that is going to be I think it's a 2-day event. I'm not sure just yet. They've not
Nice.
gave me all the details yet. They kind of sprung it on us. Oh, by the way, we booked you, and they didn't even ask. They just told us you're booked for Metalcore Fest, and it's like,
See you there. Okay.
what? We're like,
Sounds good.
okay, but thanks for letting us know. And he's like, oh yeah, we couldn't find your manager, so we just went ahead and said, okay, you're booked. It's like, you didn't even come talk to us about it. What if we're booked that day? He goes, we just took a chance, and we were kind of hoping to cancel any other dates. It's like,
Yeah,
thanks.
that's not professional. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. But
And
you'd be like, well, let's talk about this.
he goes,
Oh,
once I get all the details worked out, we'll sit down and talk price and everything. It's like, we didn't even know nothing about it. Like, I talked to guys, and
gotta love it when
Lonnie,
venues do that. That's beautiful.
what is Metalcore Fest? And I didn't even know it was in Indianapolis. Last time I heard it was in Detroit, Michigan or something. I'm not
Good
driving
Lord.
it. And
Yeah, right.
so we've had some really interesting people pop up all of a sudden adding us to shows, or I've had a wrestling promoter recently call me, hey, I need your band to open my show. What do you want? We need you to do 2 songs. No. He's like, why no? I said, first of all, you're in like Alaska. Second of all, you're gonna pay for travel, food, hotel. He goes, no. And there you go. He's like, oh man, I really like the song. I want you to come. I said, first of all, let's
Well,
talk price.
then there's a price for that. That's
Right.
what I always
And
say. All right, well,
I mean,
you know.
I've known him for years, but we don't associate because, well, he's not one of the best known people, and he's not one of the best people. So I distanced myself. So when he popped up, hey, I need you. I said, what do you need? I'll help you. I mean, I like you, but I'll help you. And he's
Mhm.
like, well, I need your band here this day. It's like, for what? What are we doing? He goes, well, my wrestling show, and it'll bring in more people with you. It's like, yeah, I see that. But you're in Alaska, and I don't like the cold. And
I love cold.
Indiana's cold. I mean, Indiana's cold enough for me. I don't even like Indiana cold. I'm not coming to Alaska. And he goes, well, you guys can drive up. And it's like, are you nuts? Do you know where gas prices are right now? First of
Yeah,
all.
right.
And he kind of laughed and chuckled, and it went on. But I honestly think it was just a big joke with him, and he was trying to aggravate me. But that's fine
Yeah.
because
Well, we do have more music coming up, and so you're gonna dance with us a little bit, and then we're gonna say goodnight because the show has been great to have you
Ray,
on.
yes,
Yes, yeah. But again, you're gonna have a little bit of dancing time with us, and we'll have a great time. Cool.
all right, all right, guys.
All right, guys. So he's just so cute. You like put him in your pocket, take him home for later. So we're gonna have some beautiful music coming up. We have "A God of Glory" by Creaky Dog. Creaky Dog. We're gonna hear from you next, and then we have "Hellish Socialist Hellish Socialist Deed" by Dr. Celius Amadeus. I actually interviewed him as one of my first people I interviewed in my first year. He's from Great Britain. Crazy, amazing guy. He pushes the limit a little bit. It's kind of interesting. And then we've got Demon Knight by Sid 31. Some really, really awesome music, going from like some beautiful, beautiful music down to we're just gonna like thrash metal it and have some fun at the end. So, you guys ready for this absolutely gorgeous music? All right, here we go. Come on, Creaky Dog.
I asked my God a favor, I asked him in form a prayer. I asked my God a favor, I knew that he'd be there. compassion for those who do not know. I asked him for direction to help them when they go. Your God is always there. Your God truly cares. Your God cares. A God of glory, a God of grace, a God full of promises. Our God gives us faith. I asked for understanding to read His written word. I asked Him for the fragrance, the oil of cistus myrrh. Jesus, resurrected Son, Jesus, the chosen one, Jesus, the bread of life, Jesus, for us He died. A God of glory, a God of grace, a God full of promises. Our God gives us faith. Yes, our God's a God of glory. Our God is full of grace. Our God gives us promises, and our God, He gives us faith. Jesus, resurrected Son, Jesus, the chosen one, Jesus, the bread of life, Jesus, for us He died. Jesus, for us He died.
Deep under the ground, December 62. 100 men on the company time. When a rock split open and the cry went out, gas pouring into the mine.
Gas, gas, the foreman cried. Run, cried the workers too. They raced for the lift, but the wiring was bust one spark.
And the rocks came tumbling down. They placed a marble slab where the bodies lay, and opened up a new man the very next day. And late at night when the work bell rang, they swore you still heard a pickaxe sang.
After a year came a company man to praise the new man for the work they'd done. When all around they heard a rumbling sound from the ground,
came a crew all rags and bone.
Come boys, grab your hammers, swing them one more time. The hellish socialist dead are coming to put things right.
As they rose from their graves, they started to walk, trudging off into the night. The man from the company called ahead to say the dead had risen to life.
with picks to shoulders, singing strong. The dead marched south to Government Hall. Everywhere they went, the people cried they knew
the dead had come to town. Down in the city, the ministers worried and fretted as the dead came on. The army was called to send them home with bullets, bayonet, and bombs.
But as they marched, the workers found the unjustly killed by company town. Their ranks soon swelled with the living and gone, and now
an army marched down south.
Come boys, grab your hammers, swing 'em one more time. The hellish socialists get up coming to put things right.
By the right, quick march, the dead came to a halt.
Before them stood the army, ready for the carnage, there to keep the workers in line.
But in amongst the dead were faces the soldiers knew.
Their brothers and their fathers killed by unjust orders. When they saw, they quickly stood aside from the hellish socialist dead.
With their picks and hammers they set to work and tore that building down. When City Hall was rubble, they turned back north and headed to their place in the ground.
So learn this lesson well, my son. Never stamp on a working man, for one day he will rise up big and strong, and then
the dead will come to town.
Mysterious lights.
Well, you guys, there you go. That was our beautiful show. I know it's pretty crazy, amazing.
Awesome.
Had an amazing night tonight, and I just want to thank you for coming on and having a
Oh,
great time with us. Thank you
oh man,
so
thank
very
you.
much.
This has been amazing, and we were already planning to maybe work on something here in a few weeks. Because Brandon said, "Yeah, I'll go," and the whole band wants to be on, and we really
Good.
appreciate the ability to work with you and get our music out. And hopefully, in a
Absolutely.
couple of weeks, we'll have a song called "Begotten Son" ready to be
Oh,
released.
nice.
Like you said,
Nice.
it's kind of like out of Psalms, but ours is out of John 3:16. It's
There you
straight
go.
John 3:16 with the chorus. I mean, but that's basically what it is. So hopefully next time we're on, we can release that one and a
Absolutely.
few
That'd
others.
be really awesome.
But
That'd be really send it on over. I'll play it. That way people will start getting to know it, which will be really, really awesome. Every time you guys have
awesome.
music, just send it on over and I'll start
We
I'll
will.
get it out there and get it played. So that'll be awesome.
Awesome.
That'd be really
Well,
awesome.
it's been a great time. So we look forward
Good.
to doing this again, and
Absolutely.
hopefully maybe we can pull you in on some of these festivals we do.
I
And
would love that. We should have some
that'd
fun
be
there.
great to work together and pull in, back one another up. That'd be good for everybody.
Absolutely. That'd be great. Well, I do want to say thank you, everybody, for being here. If you are a small label or independent artist and you want your music played on the Celtic Rain Radio Show, remember you just have to be a small label or independent artist. Has to be family friendly, meaning please no cursing or making fun of people. That's not nice. It's just not nice.
Not nice at
Send it
all.
to not nice at all. Send it to CelticRain777 at gmail.com. That's CelticRain777 at gmail.com. If you are not watching from YouTube, you should be. Watch at youtube.com/C for channel/Celtic Rain. Go ahead and like and subscribe. That way you'll know exactly when we are going to be on. And then I tell you right now, we are the Celtic Rain Radio Show. I thank you so much for coming. We did have one more comment. And it's loving the diversity in music. I'll definitely have to send you some music from Wings of Enoch. Absolutely.
Awesome.
When I'm done mixing and recording it, absolutely send it on. Send it on. We are the Celtic Rain Radio Show, and we say thank you and good night.
Good
And
night, guys. God bless.
bye.